I look at each of you, and I see the marks of this long and terrible war. If we die tonight, mankind dies with us. The machine sent a Terminator back to the time before the war to kill my mother, Sarah Connor.
Sir, let me save her.
What you're doing right now, this is the end of the war. The time you're going back to, she was scared and weak. Take care of her for me, Kyle.
Come with me if you want to live. Now, soldier!
This is all wrong. John sent me here to save you.
From the Terminator that was sent back to kill me, I know, but we already took care of him.
We?
I've been waiting for you.
The time John sent you to, it no longer exists. Everything's changed. We can stop Judgment Day from happening. Run! Where is he?
I'll be back.
What?
Let me just get this off top right now. I've always loved Terminator movies. You know, it's like there's certain staples in modern science fiction movies that, you know, this brother's always been loving. You know, it's like the Terminator movies, Blade Runner, you know, this, for me, these are like, you know, certain staples and stuff. But at a certain point, you know, I think sometimes you just got to stop. That being said, I'm always happy to hear about a new Terminator movie because I'm just like, every movie I'm like, this time it's gonna take me back to 1984, you know, Terminator, the first Terminator, or 1991 when I saw Terminator 2. And for me, Terminator 2 is one of my top 5 sci-fi movies of my life. You know, everybody got their own top 5, but for me, that's it. Because I remember sitting in the theater watching that saying, wow, this movie is fucking better than the first one. That being said, I was kind of iffy when I was hearing about, especially since the last movie. You know, the last movie just hella ruined it for me. But I was, you know, I love Emily. You know, I love Emily Clark. Emilia, I keep destroying her name. I love Emilia Clarke. I love her playing, you know, Targaryen / Dothraki queen on Game of Thrones. You know, she's hella fine. I was kind of iffy when they was talking about her being the new Sarah Connor. I don't know, for me, Sarah Connor just is supposed to be this, you know, she's a badass, you know what I mean? And, you know, I love the journey that Sarah Connor was taking in all the movies. You know, I love, especially in the first movie, I love her. She's just coming in, you know, being weak, all the stuff is coming at her, and, you know, she's coming at it, you know, just handling shit. And on the time T2 comes, you know, she's hardened. You know, everybody knows the scene with her when she's in an insane asylum and she's doing the pull-ups. You know, for me, that's Sarah Connor. And when I was hearing that Emilia Clarke was going to be the new Sarah Connor, even though I love her in Game of Thrones, I was kind of iffy about what point in the time stream the Sarah Connor is going to be the Sarah Connor from, you know, Terminator 1 or Sarah Connor from Terminator 2. And I guess from watching this trailer from Terminator Genisys is that it's going to be a combination. You know, it's going to be more of from T2, you know, with other things thrown in. And I think what the thing that I like, because I've always been like a fan of, you know, time travel movies, is that with a Terminator movie, they can do anything because it's a time travel movie. So they can flip it whatever they want to do. It's just because they can say, oh, it's a different time stream. It's a different reality, you know. So they're not tied to the original story at all. They always can change it up. And that's always cool. I think my problem with this trailer and hopefully with the movie is that it doesn't feel like I don't want the movie to feel like they're spoofing themselves, you know what I mean? You know, it's like, you know, the scary movie spoof movies, is that it kind of feels like that a little bit, you know, and that's, you know, that's kind of sad to me. It's like, I just feel that they need to be charting their own course, you know what I mean? It's like they don't need all the catchphrase anymore, you know, you don't need I'll be back, you know, anymore. I mean, it's, you done that, you know. I think that if this is really Terminator Genisys, let's be a Genesis, let's be a rebirth, let's, you know, plow ahead and chart your own course. I know, you know, Arnold is back from, and I just said, I can't believe I just said Arnold's back. I actually just said that. Anyway, you know, Arnold's back doing movies again, you know, and, you know, he's done being a politician. So, you know, what better way of going back to the movie that made you a star? You know, for me, I still love the Conan movies, but hey, that's a whole nother discussion. But I just don't feel that, you know, that he needs to be doing all the catchphrases anymore. You know, Jai Courtney in here, I really like Jai. I love what he was on, Divergence. I thought he was a cool little villain, except the villain wasn't so flushed out, but I liked him in that. I loved him in Jack Reacher. I thought he was good in Jack Reacher. What's the name of A Good Day to Die Hard, the last Bruce Willis movie when he played the son. So of all the casting, I'm cool with him, you know. I'm cool with him being Kyle Reese, you know. I think he can bring, you know, good Kyle Reese, you know, to the movie franchise. I just feel that this trailer it seemed like it was spoofing itself, and I know they didn't mean to be spoofing itself, you know. If you're going to be Terminator Genisys, let's be Genisys. Let's, you know, find new catchphrase, you know. But again, I think what they're trying to do is that they're trying to show us that I saw a lot of elements from the, you know, got the T-100 in there, you know, they just throwing all the elements from all of the movies and just stirring it in a pot and seeing what stick to the walls and seeing what fans like. And I'm hopefully that this trailer isn't a representation of everything in the movie, you know, because I love when I see a trailer and, you know, and I'm not really feeling the trailer, but by the time I get into the movie's hella dope, and I'm just like, wow, I really love that, because the trailer kind of turned me off, you know. Then again, it's the other way around. I hate when I see like a trailer that I'm really, really loving, and then you get to the movie, it's like, man, this shit was horrible. You know what I mean? So, I mean, what is that? We got Terminator Genisys. It comes out in July 2015. I wasn't feeling the trailer that much, just for the simple fact it just seems like they kind of spoofing themselves when they're not trying to. Hopefully that it can, when I'm walking out of the theater, I'm saying that, you know, this movie is it. Hopefully I can say that this is, because really T2 was my number one, then T1, and hopefully I can say Terminator Genisys was a great movie in that long tradition of the Terminator movies. So what do you guys think? How did you feel about the trailer? Did it hit on the things what you expecting? Was you expecting more? What are you looking forward out of this movie? Anyway, Terminator Genisys, July 2015. Peace. It's your boy Valentine. Later.